Hello everyone, Praise Scooter here, and welcome back to more of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Last time, we started the game with a lot of cutscene, a lot of explanation. I probably missed a handful of things I should have talked about, and I'll probably touch on more later. But I'm meeting you back here at the title screen for right now, because I want to show you some functionalities in the game that I'll be using between recording sessions, not between episodes, between recording sessions, basically just to cut down on grinding time for myself, because even though this is probably one of the more friendly Warriors games to 100%, you still do have to grind for some bits. So I want to go through a series of things you can do with amiibo to give yourself the upper hand by using various amiibo for this. So you can tap per day, per 24 hours, you can scan up to 5 amiibo per play session. So I'm going to start off with amiibo that I'm just going to show what various amiibo do. If we have a character available to us that we can use the amiibo for, I may take a moment and actually use the amiibo related to it if I have it available to me, and I'll talk about that at some point. Basically, starting off here, I'm going to use the Kirby series DDD amiibo. That gets us various ability or various ingredients. There we go. I'm not going to use the KK slider amiibo. That's actually something I really want a lot of, and when it becomes available, I will talk more about why you want that so much. I'm now going to use the Splatoon 2 Inkling Girl amiibo. Ooh, that's nice. Now I'm going to use the Super Smash Bros. Luigi amiibo. And I think in the future, if I can find it, I'll see if Animal Crossing amiibo cards work with this. So I'm pretty sure anything that has amiibo in its name will work for this. Full stop. And the last amiibo, well, we do have Link available to us, and I'm using the Breath of the Wild specific Link. If there are other links that give various boons and bonuses, let me know, and I'll make sure to highlight your comment the best I can. But I'm going to use the Breath of the Wild specific link, and that gave us materials. Sometimes when you use amiibo specific to a character that you can play as, it will, instead of giving you materials, it can give you a weapon for that character. So unfortunately, there has not been any Impa amiibo, so I could not showcase that if that was a possibility. But I have now, as I knocked them all over, I have now used all 5 amiibo I'm able to use for the day. Because I'm pretty sure if I grab any other amiibo and try and scan it, I'm just going to grab this one. Oh, hold on, let's make sure. Okay, so yeah, that was my 6th amiibo I scanned. I just grabbed a random one. So it is 5 per day. And like I said, I'm just going to use that to expedite some of the process for me. You don't have to use that. You guys probably have a little more free time than I do. Not trying to be mean. You probably have a little more free time than I do to do some additional grinding for materials. But anyway, with that being said, let's head off into today's adventure with the Road to the Ancient Lab, Breach of Demise. And good, they're talking about equipping characters. So, every character can be equipped with specific weapons. Link is a little bit different, has a little bit of a different thing to him. Or has a little bit of a different, so to say, quirk to him that one or two other characters, or a couple other characters can do a fraction of what Link can do. But if you play Breath of the Wild, you know why. So I'm actually going to have, even though this weapon is stronger and has attack speed, I'm actually going to give Impa a special charge rate, a weapon with a special charge rate emblem. Within this game, as you play along, you will get specific emblems that will give you specific boons. They can be defenses, offenses, things that will boost your special attack rate, things that will boost your attack speed, which I will say, 9 times out of 10, if you have a weapon that gives you attack speed, use that weapon. a weapon that has +7 flat attack power versus something that has +7% attack speed will roughly equal out over a long enough period of time. So anyway, I'm going to equip Impa with this weapon, and switching over to Link, I'm not going to use this DLC item because for the time being, I'm going to treat the game like you have not purchased the DLC. But I will use the fact that I did pre-order this game because I love warrior games. Now this is an ability specific to the training sword, and I think this is the only item in the game that gets this ability. Something later on will warn you if you try and basically take the boon from this weapon and pass it on to something else. It will warn you that, hey, this is the only one of its kind in the game. Are you sure you want to use this for another weapon? Same will go for this, but it's more or less, hey, this is the only kind of weapon you will get in this game. Are you sure you wish to destroy it? But to circle back around to the emblems, is that some of them will increase monster drop rate, as you see here. Some of them don't have, some will increase your attack range, which I thought this was the good one for a while, but not so much once we get to the more like the core gameplay loop. And emblems like this, I'm glad this is all showing for now. Emblems like this will show off will affect very specific things. Regular attack damage is what I've been calling the light attacks. Strong attacks are, I will still call them strong attacks, but those affect only your strong attacks or combo finishers. So when selecting a weapon with a damage up, note what type of damage it is very specifically, because that will matter. Anyway, I'm going to stick with the training sword. Now, with Link, we'll get more options for this as time goes along, but we can change out his equipment. We can put his helmet back on. If you want to be how everybody started Breath of the Wild, with just Link in his boxers, you can definitely do that. But I'm going to stick with the, so to say, canned model they give for Link. But I'll probably have a little more fun with this as time goes along, and the more we use Link, the more I'll use outfits, excluding this DLC set for now. Anyway, we're done here. Now cooking, I'm sorry, this is a lot of explanation, but I need to go over everything. Cooking, we did get the recipe for this steamed meat. I'm going to pass this up, but if you have the ingredients necessary to cook something, you can cook up the item to increase your overall damage, defenses, special charge rate, health recovery, just about anything you can think of outside of attack speed. So I'm going to leave that be for now, but do know that it's something to consider if you want to do that. Also, now that you have I also mentioned on the side really quick here, if you want to play this game with a friend in co-op mode, the game will go split screen, and you can play any mission that has 2 or more characters available to it with another person. Keep in mind, if you play this game with 2 people, your frame rate may tank even harder than you're seeing already in this game. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's actually play the mission.
Zelda, curious about the diminutive guardian, decided to accompany Impa on her journey to Pura's research facility. With Link acting as bodyguard, they made their way to the ancient tech lab.
Now, in a lot of missions, letting the story play out as that will help mask the load times. Because the load times in this game aren't terrible, but there are load times.
Why is it so attached to me? Whatever could you be, little one? I suppose all we can do is wait for Robbie and the others at the lab to analyze it.
Agreed, Your Highness.
Why?
And monsters too. Now, of all times.
So now's a good time to run. So, as you saw there in the cutscene, this is a bad idea. Anyway, as you saw in the cutscene there, any weapons you do equip to a character, if they have a unique appearance, they will show up in the cutscene. So for now, we basically want to stick close to Zelda and make sure she can get to the objective. Sweetie, I don't know what you think you're gonna do, but you're not so much of a you don't do combat that well. So let's just move along. Just go, Zelda. Now the AI for this game is a little dumb, so we don't really have the ability to kind of. We don't really have the ability to just kind of sit about and wait. Anyway, Magnesis. I should have mentioned, every character has access to the Sheikah Slate, not just Link. And what is it? Every character's Magnesis abilities are different. Now, sorry, I'm just looking at my map here, seeing where we are roughly, and okay, so we can't get a finish everything right now. But yeah, we do have a fifth attack now for Link. Which the game is a little weird about how it wants to do all this stuff. Hey, stasis, that's good. So now at this point is when Link will start to shine above others. If I didn't say it in the bio last time, it will happen here. So, as I mentioned, Link has access to arrows. If you manage to dome somebody in the head with the arrows and then stasis them, you can take advantage of their invincibility frames. Or their, you can take advantage of their iframes, so to say, in order to attack them. And this is going to be bad. Okay, bomb. Be wary in doing this for a little while, because it will leave you very open to attacks. Very, very open to attacks. Let's see. Now, we can actually get one of our first... If I haven't hit it already, one of our first treasure chests is actually right around here. Somewhere. Well, other than this one, which I'm going to go ahead and blow this up really quick. Go ahead and blow that up. I guess not. Now, there's some treasure chests you do have to hit in order to acquire. There's some treasure chests you do have to hit in order to open them. Those ones from the Moblin bases are amongst them. Also, using the wooden sword has, like, unique sound effects. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so our first treasure chest is going to be right here. You have to use Magnesis to pull it out of the ground. So, there's that one. And, sorry, like, every now and again if I, like, stop and look if I stop moving, it's because I'm looking at a map to see what I'm supposed to do. Or make sure I don't miss anything. Anyway, as the game has been reminding us so much, we have actually acquired the Ice Rod. Enemies that favor the fire element or are stuck in ice will take increased damage and weak point damage from the Ice Rod. Make note of this, because this will help you a lot in completing missions. Again, the rods are a limited resource. Use them sparingly. Or in dire situations. Now, actually, the next two things we're going to get are right next to each other. They're like right around here. Okay, yeah, they are basically on top of each other. Yeah, they are actually right on top of each other. So the first of the Korok Seeds we can acquire. And the second of the treasure chests we can acquire. There we go. And that's a Guardian. Now I want to take a minute just to pause and look if I can do anything here. No. So at this point we want to just run. It's a good idea to just run. I recommend running. Do you like running? I like running. You know what running does for you? It makes you live longer than 5 seconds. There is a bit of an interesting little glitch, quote unquote, with this segment of the game, but I'll show that off after we're done with this mission. Because you can sit there and fight the Guardian, though it is not a good idea. Now let me once again take a look here. I think... Can we do anything down here? No, we cannot. That is actually a later part of the level. Don't worry about... Okay, so we'll worry about that later. Lead everybody into here. It is relentless, but just let it be. There is. Opens the gate. I said open the gate. That's nice and all, but that doesn't help us in the here and now. We need to leave. Anyway, if you do get a moment of reprieve and you feel like being a little destructive, smash open crates and barrels. They will have rupees, or they will also have more apples, so you can heal yourself mid-combat. Now at this point, we are able to do a little bit of exploring. So, I'm going to take a moment to go get some of the collectibles we can get at this point. Which, this might be a little bit dangerous to do, but I'm still doing it anyway. Oh god, oh gosh. Anyway. So, over here, well you can see it already. Over here in this camp here, we can actually see and get access to the second Korok we have access to. Now, I'm going to see if we can't get a third one by clearing out this base here. But we're also going to want to turn around in a second here to get access to something else. We'll turn around in just a second. Anyway. Now, using Link, you can actually hold this charge. I've been doing it here and there, where basically I hold the finisher move, and I basically hold on to charge. You can actually hold this charge indefinitely. Until you release, it doesn't get used up. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just make this a quick rendezvous and finish. Okay, that was faster than I wanted it to be. Ah, yes. Now, a lot of times when you do clear out an area... Excuse me. A lot of times when you do clear out an area of an enemy, it will cause a gate to go down. Now, at this point, we cannot open the gate that's just down the road from us if you look on the map there. But it does give us access to another Korok Seed. Also, I love how this music's still playing. So, we got those Korok Seeds. I'm going to take a quick side journey. I'm actually going to go a little bit on track with the mission. So, Impa, you are doing this. I want you to go here, so I can have you start acquiring treasure chests. And I may... I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I may have to actually take arrest control from you as you're halfway there. Oh no, I will have to do it up there. Okay, it's fine. So when Impa gets to that area, I will take control from her. I will take control of her, and will actually help us get more... what is it? Help us get more of the collectibles that we're missing at this point. I went the wrong way for what I was trying to do. Ah, dang it. Anyway, as you no doubt heard right there, as I was very quiet, that will happen every now and again, where I'm just going to go dead silent because I'm focusing. Yeah. Anyway, let's get some bombs on this Wizrobe. Oh, there we go. That works. As long as you hit something next to you. Also, if that right there didn't accentuate the point that you can use bombs to give yourself iframes, I basically dodged a thunderstorm by using bombs. Anyway, lightning rod. Lightning rod has one use. Is the enemy standing in water? Use the lightning rod. Otherwise, it's just to buy yourself a little bit of time. That's nice, dear. I'm not going to use the lightning rod. And as dumb as it sounds, we actually have acquired... Oh boy. And as dumb as it sounds, at this point, we have actually acquired all of the rods that are available in the game. And also, we also actually, in this mission, acquired all of the... we have also actually acquired all of the... Sorry, I'm focusing. We have also acquired all of the Sheikah Slate abilities that we'll get throughout the game. Anyway, now out here on this platform, there are... somewhere around this area... I may actually have to go out here where the terrain will change. Yeah, there is a treasure chest, which is one of the treasure chests that are very unique, and there's also a Korok. Now I am double checking what's going on here in my notes just to be sure what's going on here. Got that, got that, got that, got those. Okay, so we have to have Impa hasn't moved at all, so I'm probably gonna manually take control of her in just a second. But we actually only need to get one treasure chest. So I think what we'll do here is we'll have Link do what he needs to do for the mission, which is to activate the Unearthed Guardian. And I'm double checking my map just to make sure I haven't missed anything. And actually, if it wasn't obvious as we were going along, we are using the Guardian to do more damage. But we're gonna switch to Impa for hopefully the rest of this mission. Actually, let's have Link go and counter this moblin, while Impa proceeds to run off like a loony. Zelda will fight too? Well, we may actually use Zelda instead. So let's actually use Impa for a hot minute and get the collectibles, and then we'll use Zelda for a little bit. Don't worry, she'll be fine. I'll make sure she'll be fine by using her. So let's see. It wants us to capture this outpost. I'm trying to find things. Okay, so one of the Korok Seeds is right here at this glowing spot, which is a little hard to see at times. And what I'm going to do for now is, because I'm going to have Zelda handle this, I will have Zelda come along and go towards this base that we're supposed to take over. And we actually can't do anything else until she does, so... Impa, I'm going to leave you on collection duty for now. Unfortunately, this may become like a... This may unfortunately become kind of a combat flow for Impa, so to say. But you're going to have to embrace it a little bit. Because this is how I play Impa a lot, or Impa doesn't see a lot of combat use from me personally, just because of, like, this is what happened, is I barely used Impa because I thought I didn't understand how she would work to her fullest boon and benefit, and then I started using her again when I was almost done with the game because I realized, oh, death by 1,000 cuts means a lot of special gauge meter. Okay, well, I got that. So, here's another treasure chest we're after. And the second to last treasure chest we're after is going to be just on the other side of this camp. Which I guess I'll use Impa to clear it out. Also, Impa is dying. Here, let's use Stasis really quick here for her so you can see that, or I guess Magnesis with her. Because you can kind of see how everybody has unique... okay, that worked. You can kind of see how everybody has unique uses for each of the Sheikah Slates. Now, Zelda, being that the Sheikah Slate is her ability, will make sense due time, but this allows us to do stuff like this. Good night. Alright, so the treasure chest we're after is basically out on this ledge here. And I wish I could account for how many Korok Seeds I've gotten at this point. But I got the one out there. Let's see. I'm going to take a pause break just to make sure I got everything here. Okay, so I have gotten almost everything, but we still need to get at something that is almost right on the other side. Oh, I could have gotten here much earlier. That's on the other side of this one-way door. So I'm going to send Impa over here to where another treasure chest is while I take control of Zelda. And let's pop up the infomatic for how Zelda works. Zelda may appear a bit frail, but just because she doesn't have an actual weapon to use, do not underestimate the power of the Sheikah Slate she wields. Though it may only sport a max combo of 4 hits, or 4 button presses, she can chain these together in ways we'll see as the adventure goes on to let her do devastating damage, to combine with her unique ability to activate the runes as she wishes. But her Sheikah Slate that she uses outside of it as a weapon almost acts as a utility or more damage. If you can remember when certain attacks come out for Zelda at what times, you can use her basic attacks to counter enemies' weaknesses instead of using the Sheikah Slate itself, but using the Sheikah Slate as another pool of spells separate from her normal attack range. She's a little complex to get a hang of, but if you can work it out in your head that her normal attacks will be used for counters and her Sheikah Slate can be used as her main attack method, everything will pan out for you in due time. So Zelda is that she has... Zelda is a little bit different in that how she can use the Sheikah Slate like a... She can use the Sheikah Slate... She can use the Sheikah Slate in a handful of ways. But it's a little weird to use. A lot of times what I like to do with her for Sheikah Slate is to use this bomb, her bomb Sheikah Slate, and make sure that it does its thing. And it should become a lot more apparent in how well she can be used as time goes along. But right now, it's going to be a little hard for her to use her until she gets some more attacks. So yeah. Zelda is strong, but you kind of got to know how to use her stuff. Basically, how I will recommend using her is one attack brings up a magnetic cube first off. This will do nothing if activated. You can hit X for a strong attack right away, and it will activate some Cryonis, which you can use. If you do weak, if you do weak, strong, it brings up a Cryonis block. That also does nothing to activate. But 1, 2, 3. Hold on. You can activate a bomb. Detonate that bomb at any point in its travel. This does count for, though all those that we're having Zelda use does count for countering enemy attacks. So use that to your benefit. Anyway, Impa is just about to her destination. So let's switch over to her. Oh, I accidentally bumped my table with my controller. Now, Impa, or was it? Now, every character, excluding Link for obvious reasons, every character, if they want to communicate that, hey, I can do a thing, or when they switch characters, or switch characters that they will be using. Yeah, when you switch between characters, each character will call out the other character by name, kind of help you confirm that, hey, I'm playing as this character now. Anyway, let's take Impa back, because that was the last treasure chest of this area. If I miss treasure chests, if I ever miss treasure chests and I can't note it right now, because it's kind of hard to note it right now, we'll actually come back and get it at a future point, or if I can do it quick enough, I will insert it into a video later on. But the last Korok Seed of this mission, and I'm going to be paying very close attention here. Also, this introduces us to a mechanic of, if there's a ledge with a green arrow, you approach it and you hit B, you will jump down instead of dodging. So right here, also unique flying animations for certain characters. Right here is the last of the Korok Seeds, basically right behind where the Guardian bursts through the gate. Now, we have done everything we need to do here, so I'm going to switch over to Zelda, because she needs to activate the Guardian. Have her activate the Unearthed Guardian to blast the big Guardian. Lure the enemy into range, you says. So, oh, we go to Link? Well, let's go to Link. Ah, dang it. You know what? Fine. I'm going to do this to clear you all out. I'm going to freeze you just so I can get more time. Just to get more time to break off your hexagon slices. And that's not enough, but we'll get the rest of it in due time. Now, something I didn't mention is the more attacks, the number of attacks you get off, on enemies will actually build up your special gauge faster. So I'm going to just spitball a number here. I'm going to say every 300 attacks, you get a special gauge. You get your special gauge filled. Again, this is all spitballing. These are not actual facts. If anybody knows that actual number, hit me up, let me know. But this does not matter if the enemy is alive or flying away in this blackened state and effectively on death's door. If you can hit them, they will charge your special gauge. Which we'll want to make sure we use that for this Guardian. Anyway, I'm gonna guard that attack. Alright, I should probably guard the Guardians where we gotta put it. Alright, blocked it. Now unless I'm doing something wrong, I don't think you can reflect. I don't think you can reflect in an enemy's attack, or reflect a Guardian's beam back at it. If I'm wrong, I will probably correct myself in the future, but I'm pretty sure in this game you cannot redirect an enemy, redirect the attacks back at an enemy. Oh, I didn't mention that about the apples, by the way. If you have full apples and you acquire more apples, you will effectively automatically eat the apple. Anyway, now a unique property that a lot of, I will say, sharp weapons, even though we're using a wooden sword. A unique property that sharp weapons have is that they can knock off Guardian's limbs. Link having the most success with this, in my personal experience. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get... no, you mustn't. You mustn't retreat. Okay, never mind. He's fine. Okay, no, so you cannot reflect. I just tried to do the Breath of the Wild input command for that. And down and finish the fight, baby. Well, there you have it. That is that mission done. Link is going to be storming ahead levels. And you will probably, and like I said before, you'll probably see me use Link the most out of the cast. But if you're going to follow me like this, do not hedge all of your bets on Link. There are going to be some battles as you progress throughout the game where Link will not be available to be controlled. And in a handful of instances, may even become an enemy. This doesn't mean if you have a really strong Link, he becomes a monster to fight. It's just that you'll have to fight Link at some point. Anyway, there we go. Everybody gets a level. Now, Link is starting to get more creative, fun weapons, so... And Impa is still getting a bunch of those stuff. But now we have Zelda, access to some of Zelda's weapons. She uses the Sheikah Slate, as you saw, as a weapon. with, ooh, wow, that's a boon. So I don't think you can normally see this in normal play unless if you're playing on normal or easy difficulty. You can't really see boons this, or I guess emblems this great until halfway to near the end of the game. So that lets me draw attention to something with this game that I think is indicative of every warrior style game. The harder difficulty you play it on, the better boons and attack power you will get on weapons in general as you play the game. So if you want to, it's a risk reward system of risking dying versus getting better weapons because you risk the death. As I said, I'm playing on hard right now. Very hard is kind of is doable, but kind of hard to do. Godspeed if you're going to be that person to play through the entire game on Apocalyptic. Like I said, I will show off Apocalyptic for 1 or 2 missions. It is not going to be the baseline for this game. And let's see. Let me make sure I'm not a fool. Okay, good. I'm not a fool. We got the 6 Korok Seeds, which means I probably got the 6 chests as well. And we learned some new. And we learned some new recipes.
This is technology, the likes of which I've never laid eyes on. Which means we've got ourselves a brand new, never-before witnessed Guardian model! Devices like the Sheikah Slate, which are amplified by the power of such ancient relics, are but a meager fragment of such technology.
I see. That explains why all of us were able to use the Sheikah Slate.
In addition, this here doohickey is loaded with data. Information we can't even fathom.
Aw, yeah! Check it. I extracted some visual data from the Guardian's memory.
Is that?
Yup, no doubt about it. Hyrule Castle after Calamity Ganon has been revived.
As you can see, we managed to extract some of the data, but much of it was fragmented. Even so, if I analyze what we received, I may be able to make sense of more of it.
This is the ruin the Calamity will bring upon all of Hyrule. If we allow this to pass, I fear all hope will be lost.
Even everything we've done up until now likely won't be enough.
If I don't succeed at sealing the Calamity... Never. This will not come to pass.
To stop Calamity Ganon, it was crucial that they possess the sword that seals the darkness, the latent power dwelling within the Princess of Hyrule, and the might of the 4 divine beasts unearthed from across the land. However, the path to victory was strewn with obstacles. Korok Forest, where the legendary sword slept, had been overrun by monsters, and the Princess of Hyrule's power showed no signs of awakening. Lamenting the kingdom's plight, King Rome sent his daughter to gather pilots for the divine beasts. Alongside Link, whose brave conduct had earned him a role as her knight, Zelda would meet with each of the 4 candidates. You intend to let this relic follow you around, hmm?
Yes. After talking to Pura and Robbie, we thought it would be best.
I will remind you once again. Above all else, your duty is of the utmost importance. Are we clear?
Yes, we are clear. I understand. And I will honor my duty.
For those of you that are not privy to Legend of Zelda or Hyrule Historia, I thought that on the spot, realized it, gonna keep that, is that Zelda, the Princess Zelda, no matter what timeline she's born into, is heiress to the powers of the goddess Hyrule. Or I guess Hylia. It's one of those two. I'll annotate it here if I goof up. So even though Zelda in the Breath of the Wild timeline is a scholar more than anything else, she unfortunately has her duty to awaken and use the powers of the goddess Hylia. So that's just to accentuate that point, because that is a very important thing to keep in mind if you don't know your Hyrule history. Anyway, talking about Champions Level Pilot for Divine Beasts, well, that's what those 4 quests are. The power of the Guardian from the future has opened the path to a battlefield from another world. And this is DLC stuff we're seeing here. I might tackle it over time, just because this little bit of DLC stuff that we can do here in this EX bolt is actually going to be important. It will actually, it's designed to be played alongside your adventure. So we'll take a quick peek into that before we sign off here. But I want to make sure we get more bonus combos for Zelda if we use her more, which basically gives her more attacks. Now, like I said, Zelda does cap out at basically a 4 combo, so to say. I may be saying the wrong number, but Zelda's like effective combo chain ends pretty early, though how they will expand upon her combos is a little bit unique. I'm going to zoom out just so I can see everything. Here, I need more boogs, but here is something very important. We need to use the iron shrooms we got last time to gain access to the blacksmith. We'll be using the blacksmith a lot in this playthrough. Let's see. Now, what are you highlighting, robot? Now, as you can tell, the Tiny Guardian will highlight various missions that it wants us to do, just to make sure we do get all of our we get access to everything. We now have access to shops. I will talk more about shops at the beginning of the next episode, but next thing I want to do is I want to open up this shop.
You did well.
I want to open up this shop, even though it's not a very important shop. I still want to make sure I open up. As a result, you can now purchase rare items at stables tribal merchants are visited. So there are 2 different types of shops, which again, I will go into in more detail when we get there. But just know there are 2 different types of shops. Know that the ones with the horse are different from the ones with the pot. And I'll talk about those next time. So let's get this one. And I think we should have enough materials to get... Nope, I used up all the materials, so we cannot get this for Link, which was Lizalfos trophies. Yeah, I could have used that. Anyway. But we can at least get something for Impa, some more combos.
I am stronger than before.
And now Impa is now kind of on par with Link in terms of combo potential. Not raw strength, but combo potential. But Link can actually get access to more hearts now. So, At this point, we have now hit a point in the game where we will be able to tackle side quests. I'm taking the last bit of this episode to talk about this in detail. How I'm going to handle side quests is... How I'm going to handle main quests and side quests is... If a combat side quest is effective, I will tackle that first. I will tackle the side quests first. Once all side quests are cleared, I will dedicate an episode to a main story quest. And if a main story quest opens up more side quests, we'll go back to side quests in my more normal 20-ish minute episode format. So this is what you can expect going forward. I'll make notes of side quests as well to make sure if there's like anything hidden in there you need to worry about. But I'm going to say about 14 out of 15 times there isn't anything additional to note in a side quest. So those other 1 in 15 times when it becomes important, I will make note of it and make sure you follow me exactly to get that thing of importance. Okay, I'm going to randomly shove this bit in actually because I forgot to do this before I said goodbye. There is a particular funny little quote-unquote glitch with that level, and I'm showing you a cleared save file playthrough of this just to show it. The end goal of that main story mission we finished is just to beat the Guardian. If you return to that mission and beat it with a character that can go toe-to-toe with it, you can end the mission early by simply beating the Guardian before anything else in that mission happens. Anyway, my rambling aside, everyone, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Age of Calamity. I'm probably just going to call this Age of Calamity as time goes on. And I hope you come back next time when we will start doing side quests. I'll see you folks then. Take care.